Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be a week overview for May 30th. May 30th through June 5th. Oh my god. Get distracted by the loud vehicle going by. Hopefully you can hear me alright over the air over here in the corner because I need to be able to not be sweating on the cards. So, weekly overview, May 30th through June 5th. I'm going to say it correctly. So, I've got a stack for each day. There'll be timestamps below if you want to skip around. That way you can have a card of the day. Sometimes there's a storyline that goes through them, but that happened even when I was doing individual cards of the day anyway. Sometimes there's a callback. Because energies don't just disappear. So I'm using 3 decks, so each pile should have 3 cards, although there are a couple of doubles, which happens from time to time. So the decks I'm using are my combined playing card deck of Tim Burton and historical fashion playing cards. I'm using this Radley Valentine Angel Tarot deck. I've trimmed mine. And I'm using this Blessed Bee deck, which is like an oracle deck. It's by Lucy Cavendish. So, let me just see where the planets are. We just had a full moon in Sagittarius on the 26th of May, so there's probably still going to be some after effects of that. I'm really looking at Monday because Moon Day, sort of a callback to that energy. Let's see, what are we doing? The sun is in Gemini during this week, so we're not going to worry about that. We have Mercury retrograde on the 29th, right before this starts. And we've just had Saturn go retrograde in Aquarius on the 23rd, so we're still new into that energy. What else is going on this week? Mercury retrograde, I think it's supposed to be in Pisces, but I could be mistaken. My notes are kind of scrambled. What else is going on? I think that's it. We just had Jupiter in Pisces pretty freshly, but it's happening. It's not retrograde yet. Okay, so in June, the moon is going to be in Pisces on the 1st through the 3rd, but it's also going to be in Pisces again at the end of June. So there's a lot of nightmares, kind of suppressed, secreted energies that are going to be boiling up. So it's happening at the beginning of the month. There's going to be the new moon in Gemini, and then the full moon in Capricorn, and then after those energies blow through, there's going to be a repeat at the end of the month. So this is the first wave of the situation. Skimming my notes to see if there's anything else really important going on. Yeah, Mars in Cancer is a weird energy, and we'll probably see that in play between Monday and Tuesday here. It's getting to the end of the Mars in Cancer, though, so it's probably going to be like more intense. It changes after this week, though. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, like, for the next foreseeable while, and Neptune in Pisces, although it doesn't go retrograde till the end of the month, but there might be a little bit of pre-shadow starting to creep in for that. I think that's about it. I don't really want to get heavily into the astrology. I'm just giving us sort of a warm-up. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I don't think so. If you're seeing this video, check out my June astrology readings. I dropped them on the 28th and they're good for the entire next month or whenever somebody happens to come upon them because of that whole fluid timing thing. I will point out, though, that the Taurus reading doubles as a twin flame energy report, so if you're in that situation, you might want to check out Taurus in particular. Okay. So we're going to start on Sunday. Let me move these piles out of the way a little bit. Sunday will never be the same. Okay, put this focus to around here. I'm going to check it once I turn over the cards. So let's see what we've got first here. The Two of Fire, Two of Wands, inverted. Just hold that upright for a second. Let's see if that... I suppose that's about as focused as that's going to be. So it says, you've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts continue to move forward, but it's coming in inverted. Two of Wands usually represents a choice. We have Mars in Aries energy, right? Mars is like, I don't want to be in Cancer's energy. I want to be in my own energy. I'm not used to being soggy here, right? It's like steamy energy. It could be in a sauna, I'm releasing stuff, or it could be I'm fuming sort of energy, but we'll see. Usually it has to do with a choice. Lower vibration of the lover's energy, right? Healing, choice, that kind of stuff. Here it's talking about contracts. So it could be a stalemate between two people where they're kind of locked horns, and it might not be an outright shit-slinging cat fight, but there's a frustration. You know, nobody's moving. That tug of war rope isn't budging. So let's see what I've got a double here. We have the Jack of Swords, which could be a knight or a page. I think these are pages, though, in this particular deck. The way that I've labeled them. Let me check. Because I'm pretty sure that I labeled the knights specifically with knight. Just gotta check. I don't know if there might not be as many knights as there are pages because it's a double deck, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's the same amount. Anyway, that's the page of swords, because I do have the knights labeled as jokers in this deck. There might not be as many. We'll see. So it might want to be the Knight of Swords, but it is coming in as the page for now. Page inverted. So there's these dandies upright, but not so much. So we have a card with two dudes on it, potentially. That one looks kind of like Shangela, but with a beard. And this one apparently wants to be in the challenge position. So now we have two dudes, and now we have two feminines. Three of Cups. So usually the Three of Cups has three feminine figures on it, and I look at this and it's sideways, and I'm like, somebody's missing, we can't get started. Like, who's not here yet? Something's missing. Someone is missing. And I want to read this as the Three of Swords as heartache, but it's the Three of Cups. Mercury in Cancer. And the Page of Swords, I've assigned Uranus energy. It's coming in kind of like the Fool. A little bit of Mercury retrograde energy. But I definitely have Cancer and I definitely have Aries energy in this. Let's see what this is. A blessing to bring clarity, 35, breaking down to 8. That's telling me 8 swords right now. The I want to break free energy. 8 of swords on its own is Jupiter in Gemini. So we're dealing with the nodal energy, and I believe Gemini node is retrograde, or if it's not, it will be very shortly. The nodal energy indicates something that's happening globally. But it could have to do with long distance or world travel as well. And I'm feeling less of a global situation and more of a personal situation with this. Somebody else. This 3 of Cups, it's like somebody's missing, but it also wants to be the 2 of Cups. It's like these 2 cards are trying to squeeze out the energy of the 3 of Swords and turn it into 2 cups. But right now it's not 2 cups, it's two hotheads that aren't talking to each other. It's like we're never on the same page. We're always either 2 kings in the castle or 2 queens in the castle. If we're going to be able to communicate with each other, one of us has to be the feminine and one of us has to be the masculine. We can't always be crammed into the same energy at the same time. So a blessing to bring clarity is this idea that you're caught up in your head, obviously, with this sword inverted. It's like, in your head, it's like you're slamming your head against the wall, and you're like, why isn't this working? It's like you can't see that. It's like, it's a little bit like, nothing I ever do is good enough, nothing I ever do is right, what the hell? Where it's like, I'm doing my best, and the other person always seems dissatisfied. But the problem is that you keep occupying the same energy. And in order to clarify the energy, you have to have a single person in the feminine that's saying, I'm finding the clarity. Here, this 8 is coming in as justice, because some decks have justice, which is a slightly different flavor of the High Priestess. I usually see it as a lower vibration, but here I see it laterally. Right, I need to balance it. There has to be 2 of us here, Libra, but one of us has to stay in the feminine energy and the other one needs to go into the masculine energy in order to have a balance. I have 3, the Empress, and I have 5, the Hierophant, a connection to spiritual and material. Somebody has to ground enough and enter into this Empress energy. There's a full moon behind her, right? So between the Sagittarius full moon and the Capricorn full moon, there has to be some kind of agreement reached onto who is going to be in the feminine energy. And then whoever is in the masculine energy has to somehow come in with this verbal statement where the page of swords comes upright and isn't is sort of letting the cat out of the bag at that point, right? Taking a leap. I'm hearing reproach, but not as in like scolding somebody, but into like to reapproach somebody. That was a long one. So, Let's look at Monday. I feel like the Mars and Cancer energy is sort of determining, like, if you're both going to try to be the Emperor, let's dunk you in Cancerian energy and see which one of you, you know, like those dinosaur capsules that are foam, and you dissolve the cellulose thing and then they puff out into these sponges. Like, one of you's got to be the Stegosaurus and one of you's got to be the T-Rex, but you can't both be both. We're going to dunk the Aries in Cancer and see which one of you is which. Alright, so let's look at Monday, the 31st. This is making me think of Halloween, so apparently there's something that was happening 7 months ago that's important right now. I think there was a full moon on Halloween. I don't know, remember what sign that was in, but that's probably important. So what we've got here. 6 of fire inverted. So instead of 2 wands inverted, now there's 6. So we've gone from a low vibration of the Lovers at a 2 to a low vibration of the Lovers at a 6. It's like we're getting closer, but there's still no victory, right? We're not trying to have a contract, now someone's trying to win over the other person. Like, again, dunking that Mars energy right into Cancer is getting to a boiling point. However, this card is traditionally Capricorn in Leo. I've reassigned it to Pisces in Leo. I mean, to Neptune. God damn it. Neptune in Leo is what I've reassigned it to. Where's my little notes? Apparently Mercury retrograde is affecting me because I can't friggin' talk. What was the energy I was just looking for? Oh, the difference between Neptune and Leo, and the difference between Neptune and Capricorn. Leo. Okay, this is dealing with retrograde energy. I'm feeling it slightly more Capricorn than Neptunian energy, but if we get a hanged man, it'll probably swing more Neptunian. There was some Hierophant energy from Sunday, and this is like, so not only is it low vibration of the Lovers because it's a 6, but it's also like half of the hanged man, but sort of chomping at the bit, revving the engine, waiting to, you know, hit that gas pedal and go. So let's look at this other card. 4 of Pentacles upright. I don't know what to hold on to and what to let go of. Is this? Wait a minute. Okay, so this is traditionally the Sun in Capricorn, but I've reassigned this one also Neptunian energy. So those retrograde energies, Neptune isn't retrograde till the end of June, I think. Did I write that down right? Like a month after Capricorn retrograde. And this is, again, this is like sort of going back to Halloween, but it's also saying what happened in December when the Sun was in Capricorn. And we're looking at Saturnian energy, where Saturn retrograde now. Saturn retrograde is in Aquarius. And there was a Fool energy on the Sunday right before this. But this is, I'm trying to overpower you because I don't know when to let go, right? It's like I'm not giving up on the energy that I'm sitting in. So we're gonna still be at loggerheads, and now someone is saying, like, whoever whoever lets go of the rope that's burning the flesh off their hands first is the loser, and I don't want to be the loser, but I'm not winning right now either. A blessing for a fresh start, 34. Right, so 34 right there, Emperor and Empress together. 6 and 4 is 10, that's a completion. Right, the dunking the fire energy into the water energy is really trying. And this too, look at this, it's frosty, right? There's a lot of like flame out here, and what we want to do is cool it down. We have a couple of different moon cycles here. So perhaps this is saying you've got until the new moon on the 10th or whenever the hell it is. New moon in Gemini on the 10th to get off your high horse and stop trying to fight another person that you really want to have some kind of relationship with, whether that's business or romantically. It's like, I am holding a grudge against you and I'm not gonna let go. I'm gonna stay mad. I'm gonna, you know, like, I'm gonna cling to my butt hurt. But what I really want to do is clear the slate, cool it down, and start over. I'm hearing John Lennon just like starting over. You know, it's like, my bake-off cake turned evil, and I just want to do over. Like I can't seem to let go of this particular energy, but if we all stopped and just like cleared the slate, then I wouldn't still be mad about where my pieces landed in this particular game, right? It's like, I'm gonna forget last time we played Monopoly and you flipped the game and threw juice on the board or whatever. Took a dump in the middle of the Monopoly board and said, here's your free parking. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so we have Tuesday, Mars energy. Let's see what's going on Tuesday. So we have a double here in these other cards, but let's see, we got... Okay, so 4 of Pentacles again. This came out for Monday. I'm just saying that in case somebody's skipping around. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money. Good business decisions giving to those less fortunate. 4 of Pentacles, usually I'm holding on to something, I don't know when to let go. I'm afraid to let go of anything because I don't want to end up poor. Poor. 9 of Pentacles upright. Alright, Mistress Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? Like, pretty fucking good right there. But then we have the 3 of Swords inverted. So I have 34, or 3-4, and I had a 34 blessing for a fresh start on Monday. So we have 3-4 again, and then a 4 of Pentacles again. I have 3 of Swords, which goes back to Sunday, which is I wanted to turn over the 3 of Swords, but I couldn't turn it into anything. But now I'm upgrading from a 3 to a 9, right? I'm growing exponentially, but I'm trying to grow in a way that gets me past the things that I was trying to cling to too tightly. It's sort of like, holding your favorite egg in the world because you don't want it to get broken, but then clinging to it too tightly so that it breaks and you got yolk all over you anyway. If you just held on to the egg and weren't quite so concerned with it, then maybe it would hatch and then you'd have 4 chickens and now you've got 9 eggs. Hopefully that makes sense. So we have a blessing of forgiveness 31. So we have this number 3 again, and 3 and 1 is 4, and then I have 1, which would be the Magician. But here I'm seeing it as the one who's missing is the Fool again. But I have 4 and 4 is 8 and 3 is 12, which would bring the Hangman. But this is an inverted, so that would be 9 again, but also some kind of a completion. There's a little bit of wheel energy. It's sort of, but I'm seeing this as like an old-timey phone dial. It's like I obsessed over you so much that you couldn't stand the attention. You blocked me out entirely, and I had to somehow work through this heartache, and I funneled my energy into not thinking about that, but building myself materially. And what I really want is resolution. I want forgiveness. I want them to forgive me. I want to forgive myself for, you know, attachment and mistakes or whatever. We have an owl here. Again, a crescent moon. So this could be a waning moon, which is what's happening. No, it could be a waxing moon, which is what's happening as this week rolls through. We're coming off of the full moon in Sagittarius on the 26th of May, and now we're at the 1st of June, and the moon is getting bigger. Is it getting bigger? No, it's getting smaller. God damn it. It is a waning moon. I don't know why I can't think right. This is the waning moon. It's shrinking as we get towards the new moon on the 10th in Gemini. I hate it when I screw up like that because it makes me sound like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, as the moon breaks down, it's like I've figured out what the problem was, but as the moon shrinks and the darkness comes in, I have to come face to face with the deeper, secret, suppressed reasons as to why I'm behaving like that. And that is like, what is your subconscious holding on to that keeps you in emotional distress, where you want to manifest to, or appear to be manifesting in order to cover up, right? It's like, I want stuff, I want flashy, I want pretty, I want to be distracted, I want to be successful. But when you go home, you're like, Eeyore, sad face. So this blessing of forgiveness comes in, knowing, and then we have the number 1 here as well, right? This 1 that's attached here. It's sort of like, it's a little bit magician energy, but I'm feeling more like the Fool, like the magic within can be released if you take that leap, but you have to go into yourself. You have to find this connection to a spiritual aspect and not the material one in order to ease your pain, basically. I'm hearing an ET phone home. So hopefully that made sense, even though I kept messing up. Let's look at Wednesday. Let's get cards out of the way. So Wednesday is Mercurial energy. We have Mercury retrograde. This is June 2nd. Possibly High Priestess energy, which we really need coming off of the last few days. We have a duality here because Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. The Gemini North Node retrograde also. Okay, so here's the Devil inverted. Here it's called Ego. Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Okay, so if you're watching this from beginning to end, this is exactly what I was trying to describe for June 1st. But it's coming in inverted. Why? Because that's what we're trying to get over. This Capricorn energy, right? The devil is Saturn, Capricorn energy, inverted in Aquarius. This character is the Fool character. And I kept saying I wanted the number 1 to be the Fool and not the Magician. I'm falling deep into my ego in order to find out what the problem is. The Saturn retrograde in Aquarius is like, what is my biggest thing that I'm working on? What is this major overhaul in my soul need to be? What am I bound to do in some way? What is my cross to bear? Like, what is my major problem to solve? And it's coming in with this sort of fresh, new, inventive way with this energy. Queen of Pentacles. Upright. So there's a throughway with Pentacles. There's 2 days with the 4 of Pentacles energy, and then it came in with a 9 of Pentacles, and now it's at the Queen. So for some reason, there's still a manifestation going on in the physical world that's increasing, even though there's an overhaul in the internal world. Okay. So we have inverted. A blessing on your creativity, number 19. This is coming in with the Sun number. Coming in inverted tells me Moon energy, which I'm not surprised to see, especially with all the retrogrades too. But the creative flow you would expect to see with a Queen energy. There's a little bit of I'm feeling repressed. I don't feel confident right now. Like, I might be manifesting stuff, but what moves me, I'm a little bit gun shy to express. So I'm in a creative and intuitive state, but I'm afraid to move out of materialism. It was the ego, the ego is like, well, if you let people know who you really are, there might be a judgment coming in, and I'm not gonna stay at 19. I'm gonna run away from 19 because judgment is 20. I don't want that. But the intuition is starting to break through. There's a crown activation with this ego dissolving. I think there's something else to be said, so let me get another card. I want to clarify the Queen of Pentacles here with the creativity. There's the Fire. The Knight of Fire inverted. This is what I was talking about Sunday and Monday. Started with the Two of Wands inverted. Then I got the Six of Wands inverted, and I said the Six of Wands was an upgrade, but it could have also been the Hangman cut in half. Now I have the Knight of Fire. And a Knight inverted tells me the Hanged Man. Right? I'm not sure what to do. I'm waiting for my cosmic downloads. I'm sitting here, and my head is tingling, but I don't know what to do. All I can think of is my feelings while I'm sitting pretty in the material world. So here it says passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. I was gonna say, but I forgot to because I was talking about other stuff. When these blessing cards come in inverted, it usually tells me confusion or a delay. This says time is of the essence, right? It's like in the material world, I feel like there's a rapid progress, right? You have to do this, and then this, and now you have to be some kind of like you're more mature, right? Materially, your body is more mature. You're no spring chicken anymore. But emotionally, it's like, oh, I'm not there yet. Now I'm running out of time. But you sort of have to sit there while the pendulum swings back and forth. Right? The hangman is really like a pendulum. And wait for these cosmic downloads. There's a lot of Piscean energy. What is the cosmic download about? Well, it's about what's hiding under the surface of the ego. There's a lot of electricity. It's like trying to find the lights and repair the lights and get the spider webs off of the wires to light up the basement. Right? We gotta sweep it up. We're gonna tidy it up. We're gonna look for the dead bodies. Right? We're trying to get an internal illumination. This creativity is like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm at the end of my rope. Well, the creativity is like, wait, I have an idea. And once you're sort of enthused by an idea, it's like, I'm hot to trot. I'm ready to walk into the sunlight. Right? There's a restlessness. It's like, it's a hurry up and wait kind of energy, but it's also like, I literally cannot do anything until my emotional basement is hooked up and cleaned out. Okay. Let's look at Thursday. So we have Jupiter energy. Jupiter in Pisces, so we're still dealing with the subconscious. Jupiter in Pisces, though, is stuck to the chair. It is wheel energy, right? I'm ending a cycle wherein my subconscious is pulling me backwards, but it's also like maybe luck is finally on my side, and I won't keep digging the oubliette deeper. We have the June 3rd here. I see 6 and I see 3, and it's kind of making me think like there's 6 empresses more than anything else. It's making me think of the 6 merry murderesses of Murderous Row. Whatever. Okay. King of Air. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. So this card, the description on it is basically coming in with the resolution, like winning, solving all of the problems from the previous four days of the week. Queen of Wands. So there was Queen of Pentacles struggling to get emotional download. Apparently struggling to get emotional downloads. This energy of being manifesting but not feeling secure internally is now switched. There's a Pentacles track and there was a Wands track. And I feel like the Wands track has turned into the King of Swords because there were swords attached to that. And I feel like the Pentacles track and this sort of track where the blessings are going, turning from materialism into I'm starting to feel confidence in my core. It's coming in Queen because it was Queen before. I'm transforming, I'm code switching. I've gotten the illumination, I've turned it on. But this this sort of mental confusion and like rage and frustration has turned into I'm able to think clearly now. A blessing for solace and hope, 41. So 4 is the Emperor number and 1 is the Magician number, and together they come in as the Hierophant, the balance of material and spiritual. I'm getting the cosmic downloads. Now, the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, which is also ruling, which is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the Empress, which is the number 3 over here. So we have a low vibration of the Emperor, we have a low vibration of the Empress, and then we have a unified spiritual being with the masculine numbers, but the card has a feminine on it. But it starts off in this winter scene, which a couple days ago, trying to start over with the masculine and feminine energies together, was also in the winter. And it's not saying this isn't happening until winter. Okay, swords are winter energy, but it does not necessarily mean that time of year. It means when a relationship is not bearing fruit, right? Separation, coldness, bitterness, the absence of growth and fecundity. Now is the winter of our discontent, but we've grown because we've had to work through the differences. So again, this could be a relationship, and I see it more as being that, but there's also an aspect of internal unity between two opposing sides, because the reading started out with, there's 2 people in masculine energy, or there's 2 people in feminine energy. They keep hopping to the same side of the seesaw. They don't realize there needs to be balance, right? So your inner child wants to be either all masculine or all feminine, but the reality is that your inner child has a masculine side and a feminine side. If your attitude has been no girls allowed, then the feminine side of your inner child has not healed. If you're like, I'm only ever masculine, I'm going to operate like a masculine, or I'm only ever feminine, I'm only going to operate like a feminine, then you're ignoring the other half of your psyche that is in the other energy. And it can create anger and frustration and burnout, even if you're managing to, do your life successfully enough to make ends meet. So here it's coming through as balance starting to come in, and blessing for solace and hope is like, now I'm starting to feel relief. I feel like there's hope for my future. I'm not emotionally tied up. I can think about things without being triggered. I can talk to other people without being triggered. And in my gut, in my core, I feel like myself. I feel nurtured. I feel like I can express myself creatively and not have to run away because somebody might not like it. This is, again, this Jupiter energy. It's like, I'm ready to send out my message. I'm ready to turn the wheel. I'm done with the cycle of feeling small, of feeling like I've got to hang on to anything that presents itself so I have something. It's like I'm confident enough to know that I can manifest because I'm in balance. I I'm there for myself. I'm not missing some energy that my ego is trying to hide from me. Again, also, this could be dealing with a relationship where we're now understanding that we have to come in some way equally. However, the Queen and the King are still in different suits, but they've both switched into a different suit. They're trying to find the right energy signature to meet each other. They're no longer butting heads and saying, I'm not gonna move, you move first. They've both moved, and they're both leveling up to a point where they're almost ready to be together. So there's hope for the future, basically. 5 is a shift or a pivot here. 13 is transformation or death. This is a 5, this is a 5. Breaking down to 10, transformation plus 4 is temperance, which is Jupiter energy, but it's also Sagittarian energy, but it's also balance. So that's what's coming in Thursday. So we're going to look at Friday. This is Venus energy, Vendredi. Venus is in Gemini, I think. Is that right? No. Venus moved into Cancer on the 2nd of June. Venus in Cancer is the 2 of Cups. I wish I had noticed that. So we're on 4 now. 4 of Cups is the moon in Cancer. It's the moon. It's the my cups are sour. Ryan Gosling doesn't want to eat his cereal energy. So we'll see what comes in. Again, Venus in Gemini. What is that energy? It's like kind of like the 9 of Swords, but it's like the third fairy coming in saying, oh, she's not going to die when she pricks her finger on the spindle, she's just going to sleep for 100 years. Right? It's like about to get into a full throttle nightmare, and then, oh, thank God I woke up, or suddenly my nightmare turned into a dream that wasn't so bad. 3 of Pentacles. This is the building the cathedral card. We're working together. We've got new blueprints. We've changed the plans. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player, right? Working together. 3 of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn energy. It's like I'm getting that work done. I'm not bound to doing something the same way that it's always been done. I'm creating a new path. The working together energy is it's the aligned manifestation of Martian energy. Diplomacy, finding out what both people need, common interests, learning what the other person or people's needs are, right? Sort of like understanding the enemy kind of energy. Whereas a more distorted Martian energy is, I don't like you, I want what you have, what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine, die motherfucker kind of energy. This is grounded, looking more towards the future than the past kind of energy. Like quality management. Not micromanaging, looking for ideas. 7 of Swords inverted. So we have 2 masculines here on this card, but it's inverted. Right. 7 of Swords is kind of that steely ninja theft kind of energy. Traditionally, the moon in Aquarius. I've reassigned it Pluto energy though. So see, Pluto in Aquarius, and whenever I see a Scorpionic card inverted, it's usually I need to go deeper. What I'm seeing here, though, is that Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn. I have Capricornian energy here. What is in the very depths of everything, the way that, again, we're not looking towards the past, we're looking towards the future here. Saturn energy is Chronos, that's time. And I see 10 here, right? I'm in the past, the deepest root cause of why someone was trying to steal someone else's thunder is because we were competing for the same energy. If we work together, we can build something that's beneficial to everybody, and both of our needs are met. We'll be more in balance. It won't be it's like, do what I say, not what I do. Here, it's like, I'm going to lead by example. Okay. So we have another 10 here. A blessing on a home. Coming in inverted, though. So here's this moon energy that keeps popping up. Right? We're working towards the new moon in Gemini, which is going to happen when Venus is hanging out there. Right? She's going to be on her period. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, because it's a cleansing. What is it doing? It's cleaning up any decay. It's, washing the floor. We're painting the cabinets. We're making sure the food in the refrigerator is fresh, right? A blessing on a home inverted is just saying there's sort of a delay or something that's not quite understood. I'm seeing 10 and I'm seeing 01. I'm seeing sort of like a binary code. But what are you doing? You're rebuilding. You're going to change the plans to the cathedral. The home is not able to be worked on yet because we're cleaning it out. There's going to be a lot of growth here. I see 20, which is judgment too, so they're closing a chapter. But what I'm seeing here in terms of Venus and the moon is menstruation. I'm cleaning out the womb, the home, because something's we're going to start working on our new project. We're going to have a baby, possibly, where, like, I'm about to gestate something. Right? We're about to grow something really important that needs a solid, clean, refreshed foundation. And I think that's what's going on here. Alright. So we're going to look at Saturn Day, the 5th. So I see Saturn, I see that Capricorn, Chronos energy, Capricorn, Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, so there's sort of an overhaul to, like, how you think about these sort of deepest, darkest parts of yourself. Capricorn isn't bad, but because it's tied to the Devil card, it's like we're restructuring the management in hell. These cubicles aren't working. Let's move to an open office plan. I see number 5, June 5th, so I have this 11, this universal timing number. And I see 5, right, 6-5. 5 is coming in with this Hierophant number, but 5 is also a shift or a pivot. So we're dealing with the material world, right, Capricorn, Earth, connecting to the spiritual world, Aquarius, those like deep cosmic energies. Saturn retrograde, it's like the time scales are shifting. Timelines are moving. We're looking through the viewfinder. There's a new Mother Nature taking over. So we have Two of Cups inverted. A relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. I would have expected this card to come out upright after the previous week. Two of Cups is kind of what was trying to be achieved the previous Sunday on May 30th. But here it's coming in inverted. Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. We just had Venus energy on Friday, but Venus is in Gemini. But we have a lot of Cancer energy because their moon cycles are extremely strong right now. I'm not sure why the Two of Cups is inverted, but let's see what we've got here. So I have Five of Wands. This is coming in upright. I feel like this is a repeater lesson. It's like testing to make sure you got the assignment. Like, you did great on the practice test, but let's see if you remember it when you don't have somebody telling you the answer 2 minutes later. I see 7 here, though. That's making me think it's trying to be the Chariot, but it's like in Cousin Vinny when you get mud in the tires, 3 tires spin and the other one does nothing. That kind of thing. Five of Wands energy. Okay. Why is that? Oh, I just realized that I described the Six of Wands incorrectly earlier in the reading, but there is a reason for that. So the Six of Wands on Monday was supposed to be Jupiter in Leo, and I read it incorrectly. But the Five of Wands coming in Saturn in Leo, although I've changed it to Neptune, which is how I described it on Monday. So I must have been reading my thing wrong, my cheat sheet wrong, but possibly looking forward to this. So we've gone from no victory earlier in the week. We went through this whole transformative change, and now we're coming in and saying, but we're still not together and we're still in conflict. Like, I'm still arguing with my person instead of feeling like we're in love. What's going on? 5 is a shift or a pivot. So we have 15. That's that devil number. A blessing on your family. So this is kind of confusing. So here's this full moon. We have crown energy. We have this new growth happening. This new idea, this new concept. We have swords energy here, even though this 15 matches the devil number. But what is 15 swords telling me? It's like I want to go over the king's head. But it's also breaking down to 6. 6 of Swords is going away from what doesn't serve you anymore. Scorpionic energy. Something's not quite stirring the Kool-Aid here. I want to clarify this. Someone is making a microwave dinner and I can smell the brownies and the chocolate is driving me insane. It's making me hangry. Snack pretty soon. I'm almost done with this reading. I want to clarify the Two of Cups. I want to just clarify the whole reading. Give me 3 cards. Okay, that's the 3. Then they plopped out all together. Okay. 3 of Pentacles inverted. Jack of Pentacles, probably the page. Jack of Pentacles upright. And the King of Swords inverted. Right, I want to go over his head. What is being manifested? Not building. But I want to offer you something. That's still weird. Why is this reading so vague? 8 of Air inverted. An illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Six of Cups inverted. Memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past, but that's inverted. So I was thinking that I wanted there to be... I was saying some... Oh yeah, 6 swords. 15 together makes 6 swords. 6 of swords is sailing away from what doesn't serve you anymore. But I was going to say, if it's inverted, it's I need to go deeper. This 6 of cups inverted is the sun in Scorpio. I need to go deeper. But why? Swords and cups. Swords and cups. 14 out of balance. It's like, I'm not working with you because I'm stuck in this past paradigm where we had conflict. It's like, I'm not gonna keep in touch. You can keep in touch. But this is like, you've got to get out of this mental prison where you think every time you interact with this other person, it's going to turn into a pile of bullshit. It's like, there's a feminine energy here who wants to go over the King of Swords' head. Like, I'm going to be the one that has to repair this, but I can't talk to you and work this out if you won't even respond to me. Like, why aren't you talking to me? But what this is resting on is someone is Page of Pentacles. Someone has to come in the real world with this tangible offer and say, truce. Right? You can work this energy all up and down and be ready to go with each other, but when you step out there and say, you know, here's the treaty, let's make up. Let's start working together. You don't want all this past crap, right? Saturn time. Don't romanticize the past, but don't let it trap you either. Right? You want to have this balanced thing where you're no longer reactive to what happened previously, to the point where you can't even talk to somebody because as soon as you see them, you want to be friends, you want to be lovers, but you see them and you think of what happened like a year ago or 10 years ago, and all of a sudden you clam up and you're like, God damn it, what the fuck did you do? Like, I don't want to, I'm not, my throat, my throat chakra is going. Right? It's like, I don't want to talk to you. But you do want to talk to each other. It's just that somebody has to actually bring in the olive branch. Let me get another blessing card. It's like someone has to get over themselves. 37, breaking down to 10, completion. A blessing for unity where there was once division. This is what I'm talking about. Alright. So, Jupiter is in Pisces. So what we're doing is we're having this wheel energy, 10, come through the subconscious that says, hey, remember this thing that upset you? Let's run that movie over and over again. And it's like, no, we don't have time for that. We're going to move forward. And I see this crescent moon, and I'm thinking this is something that's going to happen. We're on the 5th here, right? We're getting closer to the new moon on the 10th, right? I have 5 days left until the new moon. And I don't want to carry this stuff through the eye of the needle, right? I'm not bringing this stuff with me through the Stargate because I want this. I want this pentacle to come in that we can share and say like, oh, we have a pentacle now. You know, we're not stabbing each other. We're holding something delicately in our hands, right? We're tossing the water balloon back and forth gently. We're not slamming it into each other's faces. And that will turn this 3 of Pentacles right side up, and now you're building together, right? We managed to keep one pentacle between us, and now we can build more and start growing something. Okay. So there is a throughway through this week, but I think each day has its own flavor to it. If you'd like to... Oh man, that brownie is smelling me so good. If you want to get a personal reading, I have a complete list of readings that I offer. Let me move this over here. Camera's hot. In the description box underneath my video, there's a complete list of readings that I offer and how much they cost. Right down in below there. It's also on my little craptastic website. There's a page that has the same list and just with a green background. And then if you want to donate to my channel, help keep it running, there's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. But if you'd like stuff for throwing money at me, I've got coloring books, dark poetry, merch, prints, actual art items. There's a coupon code here for Etsy. If you get 3 or more items, that's 17% off. I've got some social media and stuff too. You can email me if you have any questions or comments or you want to get a reading. Everything on here, all these points of contact, are through my link tree. And when you go through the link tree, this coupon code should pop in at the top of the Etsy page. So linktr.ee/cattheminion. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.